Good morning. Welcome to the second edition of Coffee with Coach Caffey. I'm wearing my COVID mask that my daughter-in-law Wesley made for me, and I think it's kind of cute. Made it with a little football motif. I'll take it off because I'm at home and don't need to wear it. But today we're going to be talking about the Brentwood Christian Bears and the 5 years that I've spent down here. I want to talk about them because, the progress we made has been actually very remarkable here. We've gone from 6-man football to 5A football in 5 years, and we've been able to do that in a successful manner. Many were puzzled when I came down to Brentwood because I left a 10-2 team at Winters, and we just won the district championship. And many were puzzled, saying, why would I do that? And I asked myself that a few times. It wasn't an easy deal building this program. The short answer to that is I felt like God wanted me at Brentwood Christian. Several things happened. I just felt led to be down here. One of the things that happened that led me down here is we met an elder from the Brentwood Oaks Church of Christ, Joe and his wife Jill, Joe and Jill Farmer, and we met him on a cruise. My wife and I were celebrating our 40th wedding anniversary, and we went on a cruise in January. And Joe and Jill were seated at our table on the cruise one day, with random seating, and we started talking, and their kids went to Abilene Christian, so they knew where Winters was. Actually, Winters Youth, Brentwood Oaks Youth Group was on their way to summer camp up at Blue Haven. And they broke down right outside of Winters. And so one Sunday, our church hosted the Brentwood Oaks Youth Group at our church and fed them lunch while they repaired the bus. Well, Joe found out we were members of that church, and he said, "Man, you got to be kidding." And so he expressed his gratitude on behalf of the church for us taking care of him. And so we started up a friendship there. The next day, random seating again, we look up and Joe and Jill Farmer were seated at our table again. So we started talking. He said they were starting football at Brentwood, and that they were looking for a coach. Well, I wasn't really interested, I didn't think, because a startup program is pretty hard. And so, but he said, I'd just be the football coach, and I wouldn't have to teach any classes, and so it didn't sound like it was a situation that was unmanageable for me. Well, a month or so passes by, and I sent in a resume down to Brentwood, not expecting really for it to amount to anything. But so they were kind of slow to get back to me, and I had a heart attack in the meantime. And drove myself to the hospital. They put me in an ambulance and took me to Abilene, and it was a small heart attack, and so I was okay. But I went to a specialist at the Austin Heart Hospital in Austin, and that's how we went. While we're down there, we looked Brentwood over. And again, not expecting anything from that situation. But they called me for an interview, and my wife and I, we came down and we met the people, and we were impressed with folks, good people. And so we decided that, we could retire from public education, come down here and enjoy some time in Austin. They set up a meeting for me to meet with the boys, and I had that opportunity to meet them, and they said, everybody interested in football come down to the gym afterwards, after school, and the new coach is here. Well, a total of 6 kids showed up. So I was thinking, oh my word, what's going to happen here, and do they really want football at this school? I asked old Hunter Burcham, who was at the meeting, I said, do y'all have football here? And he said, no, Coach, I don't think we do. We might have a youth football. They play flag football there in the past. And so I thought, oh, well, forget it. All the kids went out and ran out as soon as I finished meeting with them, and left, scattered out in different places. And so I thought, I don't know about this deal. Some coaches would have probably gone and asked for their old job back, but I decided to press on. And so, because I truly did feel like that things had lined up, it was not just a coincidence, us meeting Joe and Jill Farmer. So when, we moved down, we started with football camp, and my daughter and son came, and John David and Meredith came down and helped me put on football camp because there wasn't anybody else around and knew much about football. And so, one of the kids, my daughter Meredith overheard one of the kids say he'd been watching some YouTube videos on how to tackle, and so and some of the kids didn't know how to button their chin straps, and so we thought, brother, this is going to be quite a deal. So we had that football camp, we tested, and Carol Johnson and Jay Burcham came down and watched it, and that's our superintendent and high school principal, and they asked me, well, what do you think? And I said, we are alarmingly weak, and we were. Our kids were so weak. They'd never been through a strength program before. So, but we dedicated a good part of our workout every day to lifting and getting faster. And so we go into that first scrimmage, and we toss the ball to Jordan Johnson, Carol Johnson's son, and he runs all the way for a touchdown. And I think, well, we may be all right. And we did. We were. We won about as many as we lost in 6-man football, and actually one game we broke the scoreboard, scored over 100 points. So we had a pretty good, strong foundation to build on, but Coach Washington and I, we didn't really think that we wanted to coach 6-man football again. We just could not play defense. We didn't feel. So the next year we started 11-man football. We had a group of 8th graders that played 11-man football as 8th graders, and they came up and were our freshman class the next year. We had about 3 seniors, and well, again, we won some, we lost some, but we made the playoffs. And it was the first playoff team in the history of Brentwood. And so we went down to Houston, and we ended up having to play the #1 team in the state, and they just blistered us. It was a loss. It was kind of hard to take, but we knew that if our kids stayed together, we'd have a good team. And I told some of the parents that after the game. So the next year, of course, we were better. A lot of those guys were sophomores, and we had some really talented kids. Again, we had a small group of seniors. Hunter Burcham kind of carried the defense and did a lot of the running at running back. Jordan Johnson was a great first quarterback for us. He really did a super job, and so we did better the next year. That was our 3rd year, and then 4th year we were bumped up to 5A, and so we've gone from 3A to 5A, and it was hard on, especially some of our other sports. It was hard on, but football we seemed to weather it well. So we made the playoffs that next year and won a playoff game, And I'm trying to think, it might have been the third year that we won the playoff game. I think it was, yeah. We were 9-3 on the third year, and then we jumped up to 5A and made the playoffs again. And so we were very pleased with our progress. And we ended up playing Trinity Christian out of Dallas. And again, they were the number one team in the state. Seemed like we always drew a really tough first round playoff game, and got beat again. That fourth year we got beat in the playoffs. This past year we had probably our best team, even though we graduated a lot of good seniors who were our first group when we started six-man football. We graduated a pretty strong group. Blake Benton, who's at the Naval Academy, graduated him, and the Mack brothers, and Zach Mack, who's playing college football. But anyway, we had a really good team, and then this past year we had another group of good seniors, the group that started in 8th grade playing football with us. As we finished 8-3, and so Sam Work was the leader of our offense. Did a great job running the ball from quarterback position, and really a super job throwing the ball. Our offensive line, we had Lorenzo Rivera, Cooper Allen, Austin Balo, Isaac Owen, and Cash Urban. They were not real big, but boy, they were scrappy and very smart, and so played great. We had we ran a lot out of a three-back shotgun. Isaac Copeland and Connor Rolak and Philip Mock were the running backs. And of course, Sam was the quarterback. We said we had a 800-pound backfield. They were all big old kids. And then Zach Volante and Riley Kesey were our two good receivers there. Defensively, Aaron Lilia had a great year at linebacker, and Luke Jackson has got a college scholarship to play corner off of that team. And so, we had a great team. We had a great year. Went down to Houston again, played a good first round opponent. Somehow we always got stuck with the number one team out of Houston. And even though we got beat by Second Baptist, it was one of those valiant efforts. It was kind of like our game with Ira Ann when I was at McCamey. It was a great game, and we rushed for a lot of yardage, and it was back and forth, 7-point ball game till late, and they scored again. But I'm very proud of these young men, the things that they've accomplished. They had outstanding character. Their work ethic was really great. They were, the kind of folks wanted to root for, and I couldn't be more appreciative of this opportunity to finish my career and extend it for 5 more years coaching at a private school. A lot of folks think coaching at private school is not quite the same but kids are kids, and it was a great experience for me. I wanted to end with a scripture for you this morning. The Bible says, "For I, the Lord, your God, hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not. I am the one who helps you." Instead of fearing the worst, start believing in God for the best. So, that's a lot of folks go through difficult times. There were some difficult times at Brentwood, but I always was expecting the best because I felt like that God wanted me here and that things were going to work out well. So, take care of yourself, take care of your family. I pray God blesses you this day, And I appreciate you tuning in. Talk to you next week. We're going to talk about the Claude Mustangs, and it's another amazing story. See you next week.